When people think of French gardens, they often imagine something grand. Long avenues of trees, perfectly clipped hedges, fountains, statues, symmetry, and control. And while those images are not wrong, they are also incomplete. French gardens are not only about what is seen. They are about how a place feels, about how the eye moves, how the body slows, and how time itself seems to behave differently within their boundaries. To understand French gardens is not simply to look at them, but to understand the philosophy behind their beauty. In France, a garden has always been considered an extension of thought, a place where nature and human intention meet in conversation. Not a battle, not domination, but a dialogue. Even the most formal French gardens are not meant to overpower nature. They are meant to suggest harmony, a sense that the world, at least within these walls or hedges, has found a temporary balance. There is a belief, deeply rooted in French culture, that beauty should feel intentional, but never aggressive. Paths are laid out so the walker never feels rushed. Lines guide the eye forward, then gently invite it to rest. Nothing shouts, nothing begs for attention. Everything waits patiently to be noticed. In formal French gardens, symmetry is often misunderstood. It is not about perfection for its own sake. It is about calm. When the left side mirrors the right, the mind relaxes. The viewer no longer needs to question where to look next. This quiet order allows space for reflection, for thought, for the gentle wandering of memory. In this way, symmetry becomes emotional, not rigid. But France is not only Versailles. Beyond palace grounds lie countless smaller gardens, courtyard gardens, village gardens, kitchen-adjacent spaces, and quiet enclosures hidden behind stone walls. Here, the philosophy softens further. Plants are allowed to lean, paths curve rather than command, stone shows its age, moss is welcomed, not removed. These gardens are less about display and more about companionship. They exist to be lived with. One of the defining characteristics of French garden aesthetics is restraint. Color is used thoughtfully. White flowers to reflect moonlight, soft purples and blues to cool the eye. Occasional bursts of red or yellow, but never too much. The goal is not excitement. The goal is balance. French gardens rarely overwhelm the senses, they soothe them. There is also a strong respect for enclosure. Walls, hedges, iron gates, and trellises create rooms within the garden. Each space feels intimate, intentional, and protected. This sense of enclosure reflects a cultural belief that beauty is best experienced privately. A garden does not need an audience, it needs presence. Movement through a French garden is slow by design. Gravel paths crunch gently underfoot, reminding the walker to remain aware of each step. Benches are placed where the view naturally settles. Chairs are angled not toward spectacle but toward atmosphere. You are meant to sit, to observe, to stay longer than you planned. There is also an acceptance of time. French gardens do not pretend to be eternal. They acknowledge seasons, aging, and change. Leaves fall, flowers fade, stone cracks. These changes are not flaws, they are evidence of life continuing. A French garden does not fight time, it collaborates with it. This philosophy stands in quiet contrast to cultures that pursue constant novelty. In French gardens, repetition is comforting. Familiar paths are revisited. The same view is appreciated again and again. The pleasure comes not from surprise, but from recognition. Sound matters as much as sight. Water murmuring in a basin, wind moving through leaves, the distant sound of church bells or passing footsteps. Silence is not empty here. It is layered. French gardens are designed to hold sound gently, never letting it echo too loudly or disappear entirely. Perhaps most importantly, French gardens reflect a belief that beauty should coexist with daily life. These are not spaces reserved for rare occasions. They are meant for morning coffee, afternoon reading, quiet conversation, and solitary walks. They are not performances, they are companions. In this way, French garden aesthetics mirror French living itself, an emphasis on quality over excess, on experience over display, on depth rather than speed. The garden becomes a reminder that not everything needs improvement. Some things only need attention. To walk through a French garden is to be invited into a different relationship with time. Minutes stretch. Thoughts slow. The world feels briefly held in place, not frozen, just steadied. And when you leave, you often carry that stillness with you, long after the gates close behind. Not because the garden demanded anything from you, but because it offered something freely. A moment of balance, a moment of quiet beauty, a moment where the world made sense. That is the quiet language of French gardens.